where the line between human ambition and the laws of nature is as thin as a thread, we find the world's most breathtaking wonders. From gravity-defying bridges to ancient fortresses carved into the clouds, this list holds the secrets of seemingly impossible architectural marvels. We're about to embark on an epic journey through wonders that will challenge your perception of reality. Before we begin, comment and let us know which country you're viewing from. Don't forget to sign up to join our global community of adventurers. Are you ready to witness the impossible? Beware the spiral of the concrete Leviathan. For once you enter its circular embrace, the city of Shanghai begins to spin in a dizzying display of light and motion. The Nanpu Bridge is a masterpiece of urban engineering, famous for its unique circular approach ramp that was designed to save space in the densely populated Pudong district. Opened in 1991, it was the first cable-stayed bridge in the world, with a span of over 400 meters built in China. The total length of the bridge is 8,346 meters, and its H-shaped towers rise 150 meters into the sky. The circular ramp, which looks like a giant spiral from above, allows cars to climb to the height of the bridge without requiring miles of straight road. The structure resembles a massive concrete serpent coiled at the foot of the river, its body glowing with 1,000 golden lights at night. It looks like a vertical racetrack for the gods, a swirling vortex of steel and glass that pulls the city upward. There is a frantic, high-octane energy here, the feeling of a civilization that is constantly moving, constantly growing, and never looking back. As you drive the spiral, the skyscrapers of Shanghai seem to dance around you in a blur of neon. Tales from the bridge workers speak of these speed ghosts, who can be seen in the rearview mirror on the steepest curves. Can you handle the pressure of the spiral, or will the city swallow you whole? Why does the road feel like it's trying to launch you into the stars? Beware the blinking eye of the River Tyne, for when this massive steel lid tilts toward the heavens, the world beneath is revealed in a cold mechanical light that feels almost predatory. The Gateshead Millennium Bridge is a breathtaking feat of modern engineering, the world's first and only tilting bridge. Opened in 2001 to commemorate the new millennium, this 126-meter-long structure is composed of two graceful curves, one forming the pedestrian deck and the other a supporting arch. When a ship needs to pass, the entire assembly rotates as a single rigid structure, pivoting on massive bearings to lift the walkway out of the water. The precision required for this blink is staggering, driven by 8 hydraulic rams that move the 800-ton bridge with silent surgical efficiency. The bridge manifests as a giant, skeletal white eyelid resting across the dark river, its curves slicing the air with an unnatural, geometric perfection. As the tilting begins, the bridge groans with a low-frequency vibration that can be felt in the marrow of your bones. There is a warning whispered in the spray of the Tyne. The bridge does not blink for the living, but for the restless spirits of the industrial north who still haunt the docks. Do not stand too close to the edge when the rotation starts, for the water ghosts are said to reach for those caught in the shadow of the rising arch. Why does the eye always seem to be watching you, even when the river is empty? There is a sacred, terrifying silence that exists only when you are driving higher than the clouds on a path stitched together by silver needles. The Millau Viaduct is the pinnacle of architectural transcendence, a cable-stayed bridge that spans the gorge of the Tarn River in southern France. Designed by Michel Virlogu and Norman Foster, it was opened in 2004 to become the tallest bridge in the world, with one pier reaching a staggering height of 343 meters, taller than the Eiffel Tower. The bridge consists of 8 steel spans supported by 7 slender concrete piers, creating a structure that is as light and ethereal as it is massive, engineered to withstand winds of over 200 kilometers per hour. The viaduct manifests as a fleet of white sails floating upon a sea of mist, its delicate stay cables looking like the strings of a cosmic harp. It is a cathedral of the air, a structure that seems to belong more to the sky than to the earth. From the valley floor, it appears as a thin, impossible line of light cutting through the atmosphere. There is a feeling of absolute hallowed reverence as you cross the span, a sense of being disconnected from the terrestrial world and welcomed into the kingdom of the clouds. It is a place where the ego dissolves into the blue vastness, leaving only a sense of profound peace. Have you ever felt the breath of the infinite, or is this the moment you finally touch the edge of heaven? Behold the golden breath of a celestial guardian that has risen from the Han River to ensure the eternal peace and prosperity of a nation's soul. The Dragon Bridge in Da Nang is a magnificent fusion of folklore and high-tech engineering, opened in 2013 to celebrate the city's liberation. Spanning 666 meters, the bridge is modeled after the powerful dragons of the Lai dynasty. Its most spectacular feature is the dragon's ability to breathe actual fire and water every weekend, a display that draws thousands to the riverbanks. The structure is built with a unique single-shell steel arch system, weighing over 8,000 tons, and is illuminated by over 2,500 LED lights that change color throughout the night. The bridge manifests as a massive, undulating golden serpent soaring over the water, its metallic scales shimmering with a fierce, protective energy. It looks like a living myth made of steel, a guardian that watches over the city with glowing, heart-shaped eyes. There is a sense of immense, joyful devotion here, a spiritual resonance that connects the modern city to its ancient roots. As the dragon breathes fire into the night sky, a roar of collective pride rises from the people, a moment of absolute unity and spiritual cleansing. The dragon does not just cross the river, it bridges the gap between the earthly and the divine. Can you feel the warmth of the dragon's breath? Or is it the fire of your own ambition waking up in its presence? The Oresund Bridge represents the ultimate triumph of mathematical precision over the chaotic currents of the Baltic Sea, a surgical link that binds two nations into a single heartbeat. Completed in 2000, this 16-kilometer infrastructure system connects Copenhagen, Denmark to Malmö, Sweden. It is a dual-track railway and 4-lane motorway that consists of a 7.8-kilometer cable-stayed bridge, a 4-kilometer artificial island called Pebberholm, and a 4-kilometer undersea tunnel. The towers of the bridge soar 204 meters high, supporting a massive span that allows international shipping to pass freely. The engineering demanded unprecedented accuracy, accounting for everything from the curvature of the Earth to the shifting ice flows that choke the strait in winter. The structure resembles a white, geometric spear piercing the horizon, only to vanish into the waves like a sinking ship as it transitions into the tunnel. It looks like a highway to a hidden world, a clean and cold line of steel that defies the gray vastness of the sea. There is a feeling of absolute modern unity here, a spiritual faith in the power of human connection to overcome the barriers of geography. As the lights of the bridge reflect off the dark, icy water, one feels a sense of quiet awe at the order we have imposed upon the void. Is this bridge a path to a neighbor, or a testament to the fact that no sea is too wide for the human spirit? What secrets lie in the silent, pressurized dark of the tunnel below? Suspended in the thin, freezing air between heaven and earth, This bridge is a fragile thread, sewing together two worlds that were once separated by an impassable void. The Duge Bridge, soaring 565 meters above the Beipan River, stands as the highest bridge in the world. Completed in 2016 to connect the rugged provinces of Guizhou and Yunnan, it is a cable-stayed masterpiece that required navigating extreme karst topography and fierce mountain winds. Its towers were anchored into the vertical limestone cliffs using advanced geological mapping, creating a path that defies the very concept of gravity. The bridge spans 1,341 meters, a silver line cutting through one of the deepest gorges on the planet. Visually, the bridge is a geometric spiderweb of vibrant red cables, cutting through the heavy mountain fog like a pulse of energy from another world. It looks like a delicate metallic scar across the face of the mountains, a reminder of humanity's relentless drive to bridge the unbridgeable. In the early morning, the valley is filled with a sea of white clouds, leaving only the tops of the towers visible, as if the bridge were floating on a celestial ocean. There is a sacred stillness here, a feeling of being gort-washed by the wind and the altitude. To cross the Duge is to experience a moment of divine alignment, where the roar of the world fades into a whisper of eternity. In this vast vertical wilderness, are we the masters of the heights, or are we merely guests in a kingdom that belongs to the wind? Step into a waking dream, where architecture breathes with the mountain wind, inviting you to cross the threshold between reality and the sublime. How can a structure so ethereal, so fragile in its appearance, hold the weight of thousands of souls above the abyss? Perched within the Shengxianju scenic area of Zhejiang province, the Ruyi Bridge is a modern marvel of glass and steel, unveiled to the world in 2020. It spans a 100-meter wide valley at a terrifying altitude of 140 meters. The bridge's unique design is inspired by the Ruyi, a traditional Chinese ceremonial scepter that symbolizes power, good fortune, and the fulfillment of one's heart's desires. Visually, the bridge manifests as three intertwined ribbons of glass and steel, weaving through the mist like a celestial dragon or a silk scarf dropped by a deity. Its undulating decks create a surreal, three-dimensional walkway that seems to ripple against the backdrop of ancient cliffs. As light filters through the transparent floor, the valley floor below whispers of secrets long forgotten, and a sense of profound spiritual cleansing washes over those brave enough to walk its path. To stand in the center is to feel the presence of the divine, a moment of absolute stillness where the ego dissolves into the vastness of nature. Have you ever felt the earth breathe beneath your feet? Or is this the moment your spirit finally takes flight? Why does a massive structure of wood and steel mimic the undulating motion of a deep-sea predator in the heart of a tropical forest? Rising 36 meters above the ground, Henderson Waves is the highest pedestrian bridge in Singapore, a 274-meter-long link within the southern ridges. Completed in 2008, its design is characterized by 7 undulating curved steel ribs that double as shaded alcoves for weary hikers. These ribs are clad in thousands of slats of yellow Millau wood, a heavy-duty timber found only in Southeast Asia, which gives the bridge an organic, skeletal warmth. The mathematical precision of its curves was designed to mirror the natural ebb and flow of a wave. Yet in the stillness of the forest, it feels like something else entirely. The bridge resembles a giant wooden serpent or a fossilized prehistoric wave frozen in midair above the bustling highway below. Its golden LED glow at night transforms the structure into a luminous spine that cuts through the dark canopy of Mount Faber. Within the curved niches, the shadows grow unnaturally long, and urban legends speak of a watcher who sits in the furthest alcove when the city lights begin to fade. Why do the birds go silent when the bridge begins to vibrate under the wind? Some say the waves were built to trap the restless energy of the heights. Who watches from the darkness of the wooden ribs when you think you are alone? How much steel can a civilization pour into the turbulent heart of the sea before the ocean begins to forget its own name? This is the epic question that defines the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge, a gargantuan feat of engineering that defies the very concept of borders. Spanning a staggering 55 kilometers across the Pearl River Delta, it stands as the longest sea-crossing bridge tunnel system on the planet. Completed in 2018 after 9 years of grueling labor, it utilized 400,000 tons of steel, enough to build 60 Eiffel Towers, and was designed to last for 120 years against the onslaught of typhoons and earthquakes. The structure includes a 6.7-kilometer undersea tunnel and 2 massive artificial islands, creating a seamless link between 3 distinct legal and economic territories. Visually, the bridge manifests as a white, serpentine dragon dipping its head into the turquoise waves, only to re-emerge miles later as a silver needle stitching the horizon together. It is a monumental scar of progress across the face of the sea, a testament to human dominance over the elements. As the sun sets over the estuary, the bridge's lights flicker on like a cosmic highway, leading to a future we have only begun to imagine. There is a profound sense of historical weight here, a feeling of three worlds finally becoming one. Are we truly conquering the sea, or are we merely borrowing a path through its eternal, silent patience? In this vast expanse of blue and steel, one feels the fleeting nature of time and the crushing scale of human ambition. Never drive with your eyes fixed solely on the horizon, for the sea here has a predatory way of hypnotizing the unwary traveler into a shimmering, watery grave. The 7-mile bridge, a ribbon of concrete stretching across the turquoise heart of the Florida Keys, is as beautiful as it is treacherous. The original bridge was part of Henry Flagler's Overseas Railroad, a project dubbed Flagler's Folly, that was nearly destroyed by the devastating Labor Day hurricane of 1935. The modern bridge, completed in 1982, stands parallel to the old rusted remains, spanning 10.8 kilometers of open ocean. It is a marvel of precast segmental construction, built to withstand the relentless salt air and the fury of Atlantic storms. The bridge manifests as a thin, bone-white spine of a sea serpent cutting through an endless mirror of water. It looks like a road to nowhere, where the sky and the sea merge into a single, disorienting blue void. There is a lingering, heavy energy here, fueled by the legends of the hurricane spirits who are said to haunt the old railroad piers at night. Why does the wind sound like a human scream when the tide rushes through the pylons? Some say the sea is always trying to reclaim the bridge, reaching up with invisible hands during the storm season. Do you see the ghosts of the railroad workers in the spray of the waves? Or is it just the salt playing tricks on your eyes? Why would an architect force the straight line of a highway into a perfect, floating circle in the middle of a tranquil lagoon? The Laguna Garzon Bridge is a radical departure from traditional engineering, designed by Raphael Vignoli to deliberately slow down the pace of modern life. Opened in 2015, this circular bridge replaces a slow-moving raft service that once connected the departments of Rocha and Maldonado. The bridge features two semicircular ramps that form a 320-meter perimeter, forcing drivers to reduce speed and take in the surrounding natural beauty. It was built with sustainability in mind, allowing the ecosystem of the lagoon to remain undisturbed by the massive shadow of a traditional solid structure. Visually, the bridge looks like a giant silver halo resting gently on the surface of the water, or a cosmic eye staring back at the sky. It is a portal of glass and concrete that creates a serene lagoon within a lagoon, a place where the water is always still and reflective. As you drive the curve, the shifting perspective makes it feel as though the world is rotating around you, a moment of forced mindfulness in a chaotic age. There is a deep, meditative spirit that inhabits the circle, a feeling of being centered within the universe. It is said that at the exact center of the loop, the air goes silent and the soul feels light. Have you ever entered a circle only to find yourself? Or is the bridge a trap for those who cannot slow down? Why would a community build a wooden tunnel across a mighty river, hiding the sky and the water from every traveler who enters its dark embrace? The Heartland-covered bridge in New Brunswick is the longest of its kind in the world, a 390-meter relic of a bygone era. Opened in 1901 and covered in 1922, it was built to protect the structural timbers from the rot caused by the harsh Canadian winters. This kissing bridge features 7 small wooden spans supported by massive concrete piers. In the days of horse and wagon, young couples would stop in the dark, secluded interior of the bridge to share a private moment away from the prying eyes of the town, giving the structure a romantic yet mysterious reputation. The bridge resembles a long, weathered barn stretching across the St. John River, its dark wooden planks smelling of aged cedar and damp earth. Inside, the light enters through small rhythmic windows, casting long, dusty beams across the floorboards like the bars of a golden cage. There is a deep, nostalgic spirit here, a feeling of the clock being turned back 100 years. Local pride is immense, seeing the bridge as a guardian of the town's history. Yet, as the wood creaks and the wind whistles through the gaps, one can't help but feel the presence of the hidden lovers from the past. Why do the echoes of laughter seem to linger in the rafters long after you have left? Is this a bridge to the other side, or a tunnel back in time? At this staggering height, the oxygen becomes thin, and the shadows of the earth are long forgotten, leaving you alone with the cold, predatory wind of the high atmosphere. The Burj Khalifa is a silver spear driven into the heart of the heavens, the tallest man-made structure ever built. Completed in 2010, it soars to a breathtaking 828 meters, utilizing a buttressed core structural system to support its 163 floors. The design is inspired by the Hymenocalis desert flower, with a Y-shaped floor plan that maximizes views and ensures stability against the fierce desert gales. It required 330,000 cubic meters of concrete and enough steel rebar to circle a quarter of the globe, a monument to human vanity and engineering obsession. The tower manifests as a shimmering needle of glass and steel, its reflective surface mirroring the shifting sands and the burning sun until it becomes nearly invisible against the sky. It looks like a stairway for the gods, a sharp and unforgiving blade that cuts through the clouds with effortless arrogance. There is a sense of celestial pride here, but also a terrifying vulnerability. You are a guest in a kingdom that belongs to the lightning. As the desert stars appear, the tower glows with a cold, rhythmic light that feels like a heartbeat from another world. Do you hear the mountain of steel groaning under the weight of the wind? We have reached the stars, but have we brought our humanity with us, or left it on the ground far below? How can a sanctuary stand firm when its very foundations are being swallowed by the Atlantic tide? And what divine force keeps the salt from devouring its soul? The Hassan II Mosque in Casablanca is a breathtaking anomaly of faith and engineering. Completed in 1993, it stands as the largest mosque in Africa and features the world's second tallest minaret, soaring 210 meters into the sky. Built partially on land and partially over the ocean, the structure was a gargantuan undertaking that required 35,000 workers and 6,000 traditional Moroccan artisans. The design includes a retractable roof that opens to the heavens in minutes and a floor made of high-strength glass, allowing worshippers to kneel directly over the crashing waves of the sea. The mosque manifests as a colossal white jewel resting upon the blue throat of the Atlantic. Its intricate Zelig tile work and carved cedar wood glowing with a regal, ancient pride. It looks like a limestone fortress of peace, where the spray of the ocean acts as a constant, natural ablution. There is a profound, echoing energy here, the realization of the Quranic verse that the throne of God was over the water. As the green laser from the minaret pierces the night sky toward Mecca, a sense of absolute spiritual alignment washes over the city. Do you hear the call to prayer rising above the roar of the Atlantic? In this space where the earth ends and the infinite begins, are you ready to face the creator of the tides? Why does the very stone of London seem to groan and scream when the tide of the Thames turns beneath the shadows of this Gothic giant? Tower Bridge is not merely a crossing. It is a mechanical beast, cloaked in the architectural finery of a bygone empire. Completed in 1894, it was designed as a sophisticated hybrid of a bascule and a suspension bridge, encased in 11,000 tons of steel and ornate Cornish granite. The massive bascules were originally powered by steam-driven hydraulic accumulators, capable of lifting the road in a mere 60 seconds, to allow the great tall ships of the British Empire to pass. This was the pinnacle of Victorian audacity, a gateway that demanded both the respect of the land and the submission of the water. The structure appears as a twin-towered cathedral rising from the murky river, its vibrant blue suspension chains looking like the cold veins of an industrial god. It looks like a skeletal sentinel guarding the secrets of the Tower of London, its high-level walkways offering a terrifying glimpse into the abyss below. There is a heavy, dark energy that clings to the iron, fueled by rumors of the phantom bus that once jumped the gap and the restless spirits of the old docks. As the evening fog swallows the towers, the bridge seems to vibrate with a low, mournful hum. Do you hear the rhythmic thumping of the hidden engines? Or is it the heartbeat of a city that refuses to forget its past? Step back into the prehistoric dawn of the British Isles, where the stones themselves seem to pulse with the rhythmic heartbeat of a forgotten age. The Tarr Steps, nestled in the ancient woodland of Exmoor National Park, is a clapper bridge, a primitive structure built entirely from massive, unmortared slabs of gritstone. While its exact age is a subject of scholarly debate, local tradition insists it dates back to the Neolithic or Bronze Age, though current estimates suggest a medieval origin. The bridge consists of 17 spans, stretching 55 meters across the River Barle. Each massive slab, some weighing over 2 tons, is held in place solely by its own immense weight, a testament to the raw, functional engineering of our ancestors. The bridge appears as a jagged gray spine of a petrified dragon resting just above the rushing water. It looks like a path laid down by giants, its moss-covered surfaces blending seamlessly into the emerald ferns and gnarled oaks of the surrounding forest. There is a profound, grounding stillness here, a sense of being connected to a lineage of travelers who crossed these same stones thousands of years ago. Local pride runs deep, often centered on the legend that the devil himself built the bridge so he could sunbathe on the rocks, forbidding anyone to cross while he was there. Today, the villagers see it as a symbol of Exmoor's unyielding endurance. Do the ancient stones still hold the warmth of the sun? Or is it the lingering touch of the spirits who first laid them? Let the heavy fog embrace you, for in this orange sanctuary, time itself seems to slow to the rhythmic ancient heartbeat of the Pacific tides. The Golden Gate Bridge is not merely a piece of infrastructure. It is a spiritual anchor for the American West, a sentinel guarding the entrance to San Francisco Bay. Completed in 1937 under the visionary guidance of Joseph Strauss, it was once the longest suspension bridge in the world. Its towers reach 227 meters into the sky, supporting 2 massive cables made of 80,000 miles of individual steel wires. The bridge was built during the Great Depression, a symbol of hope and resilience that cost $35 million and the lives of 11 workers who fell into the abyss. Visually, the bridge is a burning torch in the mist, its international orange hue acting as a beacon of warmth against the cold, gray shroud of the bay. It looks like a gateway to another dimension, a skeletal titan that holds back the weight of the ocean with effortless grace. As the evening light hits the suspension cables, they shimmer like the strings of a celestial instrument, vibrating with a low, mournful hum. There is an undeniable sense of awe and reverence here, a feeling that the bridge exists in a state of perpetual prayer for the sailors and dreamers below. Does the bridge wait for us to cross into a better life, or does it stand as a silent witness to the secrets we leave behind in the water? Why does this bridge stretch so far across the Tagus that its end disappears into the shimmering haze of the Atlantic, as if leading to the edge of the world? Named after the legendary explorer who first sailed to India, the Vasco da Gama Bridge is a monument to the age of discovery. Spanning 12.3 kilometers, it was opened in 1998 to coincide with the Lisbon World Expo and the 500th anniversary of da Gama's voyage. It was built to withstand an earthquake 5 times stronger than the one that leveled Lisbon in 1755, with foundations reaching 95 meters deep into the riverbed. The bridge's sheer length meant that engineers had to account for the curvature of the earth in their calculations. The structure resembles a slender white needle threading the vast blue expanse of the river, a stairway to heaven that seems to have no end. It is a vision of clean, geometric elegance that contrasts sharply with the ancient, winding streets of Lisbon. However, as you reach the center of the span, the city disappears, and you are left alone with the sky and the sea. Sailors speak of the navigator's shadow, walking the high cables during the new moon, searching for the horizon. Why does the shore feel so impossibly far away when you stand in the middle? Is this bridge a path to a destination, or a challenge to the courage of those who seek to cross the unknown? Stop and look at the horizon, but do not let your mind wander. For the mist here hides a labyrinth of concrete that stretches far beyond the limits of human sight. The Jiaozhou Bridge, also known as the Qingdao-Haiwan Bridge, is a monstrous achievement of maritime engineering that dominates the eastern coast of China. Spanning 26.7 kilometers, it was once recorded as the longest bridge over water in the world. Completed in 2011, it connects the city of Qingdao with the industrial district of Huangdao, supported by over 5,000 concrete piles. The bridge was built to withstand massive earthquakes, typhoons, and even the impact of a 300,000-ton vessel, utilizing high-grade steel and anti-corrosive materials to survive the salt-heavy environment. The bridge manifests as a white, geometric dragon winding through the gray-blue fog of the Yellow Sea, its T-shaped interchange appearing like a floating fortress in the middle of the ocean. From above, it looks like a giant's needle stitching the sea together, a path that seems to have no beginning and no end. There is a chilling, desolate beauty here, where the sound of the wind becomes a low, rhythmic moan through the guardrails. Legend speaks of the mist walkers, who appear on the distant spans when the fog is thickest, lost travelers from a time before the bridge existed. Why does the road feel like it is leading you into a different dimension? Beware the silence of the sea. The bridge is the only thing standing between you and the crushing, cold depths. Beware the white concrete rib that holds back a liquid abyss, for beneath its smooth surface lies enough pressure to crush a civilization in a single, roaring heartbeat. The Hoover Dam is a monumental achievement of industrial grit. A massive arch-gravity dam in the Black Canyon of the Colorado River. Built during the Great Depression between 1931 and 1936, it stands 221 meters tall and utilized 3.25 million cubic yards of concrete, enough to pave a highway from New York to San Francisco. The construction claimed the lives of over 100 workers, their sacrifices anchored into the very foundations of the wall. It was engineered to tame the wild Colorado, creating Lake Mead and providing power to the burgeoning cities of the American West. The dam manifests as a colossal curved white blade wedged between the jagged red cliffs of the canyon, a sharp and unforgiving line of human order against the chaos of the desert. It looks like a giant's fingernail digging into the earth to hold back the flood. There is a low-frequency hum that vibrates through the concrete, the sound of massive turbines spinning in the dark heart of the mountain. Tales speak of the deep echoes heard in the tunnels, said to be the voices of the laborers who were never found. As you look over the edge into the vertical void, a sense of terrifying human ambition washes over you. Have we truly conquered the river? Or have we simply built a temporary wall against the inevitable return of the wild? How can a man-made scar on the face of the earth lift a 1,000-ton ship over a mountain of water? And at what cost to the souls who dug it? The Panama Canal is an 82-kilometer industrial miracle that connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, fundamentally changing the geography of global trade. Opened in 1914, its construction was a brutal battle against tropical disease and treacherous landslides, claiming the lives of over 25,000 workers. The canal utilizes a sophisticated system of locks, such as the Miraflores and Gatun locks, which act as liquid elevators to raise ships 26 meters above sea level to the height of Gatun Lake. Each lock chamber is a massive concrete vault, holding millions of gallons of water that move solely by the force of gravity. The canal manifests as a deep, geometric canyon cut through the green heart of the jungle, a churning river of mud and machinery. It looks like a gargantuan stairway for metal leviathans, where the water is forced to obey the commands of iron and steel. There is a frantic, high-octane spirit here, the feeling of a planet being reorganized by human will. As the massive lock gates groan shut, the air grows heavy with the smell of diesel and ancient silt. Local legends speak of the canal shadows that appear on the banks during the rainy season, the restless spirits of those who died building this path. Is this canal a bridge to prosperity, or a permanent wound in the earth that can never truly heal? There is a place where the mountains part like a deep, jade-colored prayer to allow the river of life to flow through the ancient heart of the Balkans. The Kani Dam is a monumental feat of 1980s engineering that transformed the Wild Drin River into a breathtaking series of emerald reservoirs. Reaching a height of 115 meters, the dam created a water passage that is often compared to the fjords of Norway, with vertical limestone cliffs rising over 1,000 meters directly from the water's edge. This hydroelectric giant was built to power a nation, but in doing so, it created a surreal, hidden world accessible only by boat. The sheer scale of the flooded canyons required engineers to navigate some of the most rugged and inaccessible terrain in Europe, carving a path through the accursed mountains. The reservoir manifests as a narrow ribbon of liquid emerald winding through a labyrinth of gray, skeletal stone. It looks like a mirror held up to the sky by the hands of the earth, where the reflection of the clouds is so perfect it becomes difficult to tell where the water ends and the heavens begin. There is a deep, hallowed reverence in the air, a spiritual connection to a landscape that feels completely untouched by the chaos of the modern world. As the morning mist rolls off the peaks, the water whispers of ancient spirits that have inhabited these crags since the dawn of time. Does the river still remember its name from before the concrete rose? Or has it found a new, more peaceful identity in the silence of the canyon? Behold the pulse of a global gateway, a steel artery that breathes with the frantic energy of one of the world's most resilient cities. The Tsing Ma Bridge is more than just infrastructure. It is the lifeline connecting Hong Kong's urban heart to its international airport on Lantau Island. Opened in 1997, it is the world's largest suspension bridge, carrying both rail and road traffic. With a main span of 1,377 meters, its towers rise 206 meters above the Ma Wan Channel. The bridge was engineered with a unique double-deck design. The upper deck serves as a 6-lane highway, while the lower, enclosed deck houses 2 railway tracks and 2 sheltered carriageways for maintenance and use during the region's fierce typhoons. The structure resembles a double-decked dragon of silver and light, its massive suspension cables glowing like neon veins against the dark waters of the South China Sea. It is a vision of futuristic power, a metallic guardian that stands watch over the gateway to the east. When the city lights reflect off its steel frame, the bridge seems to vibrate with the collective ambition of 7 million souls. There is an undeniable sense of triumph here, a spiritual resonance of Hong Kong's ability to build greatness in the face of nature's fury. To cross the Tsing Ma at night is to feel the weight of history and the rush of the future converging in a single high-speed moment. Does the dragon sleep when the wind dies down? Or is it forever watching the horizon for the next storm? How can a single structure of iron and stone hold the collective soul of a nation, surviving wars and explosions only to emerge stronger? The Széchenyi Bridge is the heartbeat of Budapest, the first permanent stone bridge to link the hilly Buda with the flat Pest across the Danube River. Designed by William Tierney Clark and opened in 1849, it was considered a modern engineering marvel of the Western world. It spans 375 meters and is anchored by massive classicist towers. During the siege of Budapest in 1945, the retreating Nazi army blew up the bridge, leaving only the towers standing like skeletal remains. It was rebuilt and reopened exactly 100 years after its original inauguration, standing as a symbol of Hungarian resilience and independence. The bridge resembles a majestic iron crown resting upon the river, guarded by 4 colossal stone lions that sit at the bridgeheads. These lions, famously depicted without tongues, give the bridge a silent, stoic authority that commands respect from every passerby. As the thousands of golden lights flicker on at twilight, the iron chains shimmer like a necklace of diamonds reflected in the dark, rushing waters of the Danube. There is a profound, almost royal energy here, a spiritual connection to the glory and tragedy of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Locals say the lions come alive at night to protect the bridge from the shadows of history. Do you feel the watchful eyes of the stone guardians as you cross the divide? What secrets do the lions keep behind their silent, tongueless mouths? Why would humans build an 8-mile fortress of ice-cutting concrete over the frozen, unforgiving heart of the Northumberland Strait? The Confederation Bridge is a grim testament to the will to connect the isolated to the mainland, whatever the cost. Connecting Prince Edward Island to New Brunswick, this 12.9-kilometer span is the longest bridge in the world over ice-covered water. Completed in 1997, it features 62 massive piers equipped with ice shields, conical structures designed to break up the massive ice flows that choke the strait every winter. The bridge was built with high-performance concrete to survive the corrosive North Atlantic salt and the bone-chilling temperatures that drop far below zero. The bridge resembles a jagged gray wall rising from the frigid sea, a serrated blade cutting the horizon into two distinct halves. It looks like a defensive rampart against the Arctic wind, a cold and imposing structure that offers no apology for its presence. Blue shadows dance upon the ice far below, and local stories speak of the ghost ship of the strait appearing near the central piers when the blizzard is at its worst. Do you hear the ice groaning against the concrete, or is it the bridge itself warning you to turn back? There is a feeling of being watched by the freezing depths, a reminder that in this landscape of white and gray, humans are merely temporary guests. What happens if the ice finally wins the war against the stone? High above the emerald canopy of the Machinchang mountain range, there exists a sanctuary where the air is pure, and the world below feels like a distant memory. This is a place where the boundary between the terrestrial and the celestial becomes a thin, shimmering line. Located on the Langkawi archipelago, the Sky Bridge is a 125-meter curved pedestrian cable-stayed bridge, completed in 2004. Suspended at 660 meters above sea level, it is supported by a single massive pylon that leans at a precarious angle, a feat of balance that defies conventional logic. The bridge was prefabricated and lifted to the summit by helicopters, a process that demanded surgical precision and unwavering faith in structural science. The bridge appears as a silver smile etched onto the face of the mountain, a metallic crescent moon resting against a sea of ancient green. Its curve allows for ever-changing perspectives, revealing the turquoise Andaman Sea and the jagged peaks of Thailand in the distance. When the mountain mist rolls in, the bridge becomes a floating island in a sea of white, evoking a sense of deep, hallowed reverence. It is said that at this height, the gods lean down to listen to the whispers of men. As you walk this suspended path, do you hear the echo of the mountains? Or is it the sound of your own soul finally finding peace in the silence of the clouds? Beware the heavy silence of the Yangtze River, for the bridge that spans its currents has kept secrets for over a century that refuse to stay buried. The Chengyang Wind and Rain Bridge, located in Guangxi Province, is a dark masterpiece of folk engineering completed in 1912. Spanning 64.4 meters, this structure is a marvel of the Dong people's craftsmanship, built entirely of wood and stone without the use of a single iron nail. Instead, it relies on a complex system of mortise and tenon joints to hold its 5 majestic pavilions together. These towers, topped with multi-tiered roofs, were designed to protect travelers from the fierce seasonal storms, but they also serve as a fortress for the echoes of the past. The bridge resembles a row of ancient skeletal pagodas floating upon the spine of a wooden dragon. Its dark, weathered timber creaks under the weight of the wind, sounding like a rhythmic, labored breath emerging from the valley. At night, when the dim lanterns flicker against the intricate carvings of birds and flowers, the shadows within the pavilions seem to detach themselves from the walls. Legends among the villagers warn of the silent walkers who appear during the heavy rains, seeking shelter in the bridge's corridors. Do you hear the phantom footsteps tapping on the floorboards when the rain hits the roof? Some say the bridge does not just cross the river. It bridges the gap between the living and the restless souls of the Sanjiang. Why does this titan of orange steel exert such a haunting pull on the human collective consciousness, drawing both dreamers and the desperate to its towering heights? Since its grand opening in 1937, The Golden Gate Bridge has served as the definitive gateway to the American West, connecting the vibrant city of San Francisco to the rugged cliffs of Marin County. Spanning 2,837 meters, with towers that soar 227 meters into the sky, it was once the longest suspension bridge in the world. Its distinct international orange color was chosen not just for aesthetics, but to ensure visibility for ships navigating the thick, predatory fogs that frequently swallow the bay. This Art Deco masterpiece was built to withstand the violent winds of the Pacific and the tectonic instability of the San Andreas Fault. The bridge resembles a massive, glowing scar of rust and light stretched across the throat of the Golden Gate Strait. Its elegant suspension cables look like the strings of a cosmic harp, vibrating with the low, mournful hum of the ocean wind. When the Carl the Fog rolls in, the bridge becomes a skeletal ghost, its peaks poking through the white shroud like the horns of a submerged leviathan. There is a heavy, sorrowful energy that clings to the steel, fueled by the countless secrets whispered into the abyss from its pedestrian walkways. Legends tell of a ghost ship that sails beneath the bridge on moonless nights, manned by the souls of those the currents took away. If the bridge could speak, would it tell us of the beauty it sees or the darkness it hides? Beneath the soaring Gothic arches of Manhattan's oldest guardian, the ghosts of old New York still whisper to the rushing crowds that traverse its wooden planks. The Brooklyn Bridge is a cathedral of stone and steel, a masterpiece of the Gilded Age that forever changed the skyline of the world. Completed in 1883 by John Roebling and his son Washington, it was the first bridge to use steel wire suspension, a revolutionary step that many at the time feared would lead to disaster. To prove its strength, P.T. Barnum famously led 21 elephants across the span. Its massive granite towers were built on pneumatic caissons sunk deep into the East River, a process that claimed dozens of lives through the bends. The bridge resembles a delicate spiderweb of steel woven between two massive stone portals, a silhouette of history standing defiant against the glass towers of modernity. It is a bridge between the past and the present, where the smell of salt and the sound of distant traffic merge into a singular urban symphony. There is a profound spirit of perseverance that clings to its cables, a reminder of the human cost of greatness. As the moonlight reflects off the granite, one can almost feel the presence of the laborers who toiled in the dark riverbed. Who walks beside you when the bridge hums with the memory of a million footsteps? Is this a path for the living, or a sanctuary for the shadows of a city that never sleeps? How can a building twist like a living organism, spiraling across a river while serving as both a bridge and a sanctuary for modern art? Located in the Kistefos Sculpture Park, the twist is a stunning structural paradox designed by Bjarke Ingels Group. Opened in 2019, this 1,000 square meter building spans 60 meters across the Ranselva River. The design is a masterpiece of geometric complexity. It is a simple rectangular volume that has been rotated 90 degrees in its center, creating a warped, sculptural form. This twist not only creates a unique interior gallery space, but also bridges the gap between the lower and higher banks of the river, connecting two distinct forest paths. The structure resembles a giant silver ribbon of aluminum being wrung by invisible hands, or a frozen whirlpool of metal suspended over the rushing water. Inside, the floor becomes the wall, and the wall becomes the ceiling, a disorienting white void that challenges the viewer's sense of gravity. There is a poetic, surreal energy here, a feeling of being caught in a glitch between nature and artifice. As the river roars beneath the twisted center, one feels a sense of divine artistic inspiration, as if the building itself is a prayer to the power of human creativity. Do you feel the world spinning as you cross the threshold? Is this a bridge for people, or a monument to the beautiful distortion of reality that we call imagination? The Great Wall of China stands as the most formidable physical manifestation of a civilization's will to endure, a stone dragon that has guarded the Middle Kingdom for over 2 millennia. This colossal defensive network, primarily constructed during the Ming Dynasty, 1368-1644, stretches across a staggering 21,196 kilometers of jagged mountains and desolate deserts. It was not built as a single continuous wall, but as a sophisticated system of watchtowers, troop barracks, and signaling stations, crafted from a combination of rammed earth, brick, and quarried limestone. The sheer scale of the labor involved is almost incomprehensible. Historical records suggest that millions of soldiers and peasants sacrificed their lives to haul these massive stones up vertical slopes, creating a barrier that could be seen from the very edges of our atmosphere. Visually, the wall appears as a weathered gray spine rippling over the green flesh of the ridges, a jagged scar of stone that mimics the natural undulations of the earth. It looks like a petrified serpent, frozen in a state of perpetual vigilance, its battlements casting long rhythmic shadows that march across the horizon. There is a profound, stoic pride that emanates from the brickwork, a spiritual resonance of 1,000 generations who stood guard against the unknown. As the morning sun bathes the watchtowers in a crimson glow, one feels the weight of an empire's soul anchored into the soil. Is this wall a shield for the living, or a permanent monument to the ancestors who never left their posts? What silent warnings do the stones whisper to the wind? Don't let the rhythmic beauty of the 33 arches deceive you. The deep shadows beneath this bridge have been drinking from the Zayanda Rood for 4 centuries, and they are never truly satisfied. Sio Sepol, the Bridge of 33 Arches, is the crown jewel of Isfahan Safavid architecture. Completed in 1602 under the reign of Shah Abbas the Great, it stretches 298 meters and serves as both a bridge and a dam. Built from yellow bricks and limestone, its unique double-layered structure features a wide walkway for caravans and a series of sheltered chambers within the arches for people to rest and find relief from the Persian sun. The foundations were designed to become stronger when submerged in water, a secret of ancient Iranian engineering. The bridge resembles a golden, repetitive dream reflected in a dark mirror, its arches creating a hypnotic symmetry that seems to stretch into infinity. At night, when the amber lights flicker against the brickwork, the bridge looks like a glowing fortress floating on a sea of shadows. There is a chilling, regal atmosphere here, where the echoes of the Shah's court seem to bounce off the walls. Warnings from the locals speak of the whispering arches, where if you stand at one end, you can hear the secrets of someone at the other end. But some voices don't belong to the living. What happens when the river runs dry and the spirits beneath the arches are finally revealed? Beware the silence of the 33rd arch. It is said to hold the breath of the desert itself. Can a maze of gold and mirrors hide the rot of an empire? Or does the sun always reveal what is hidden in the dark corners of the Hall of Mirrors? The Palace of Versailles is the ultimate symbol of absolute monarchy, transformed by Louis XIV, the Sun King, into a sprawling masterpiece of Baroque architecture. Originally a humble hunting lodge, it was expanded in the 17th century to house over 10,000 people across 2,300 rooms. The palace is a miracle of excess, featuring the Hall of Mirrors with its 357 mirrors that reflect the manicured gardens and the power of the French crown. The engineering of its hydraulic systems, designed to power hundreds of fountains across 800 hectares of land, was the most complex of its age. The palace manifests as a gilded fortress of geometry and light. Its golden gates glowing with a fierce aristocratic pride. It looks like a temple dedicated to the vanity of man, where every path is straight and every tree is shaped by the king's will. There is a heavy, decadent energy that clings to the silk wallpaper and the marble floors, a sense of being watched by the ghosts of a court that never truly left. As the golden hour bathes the gardens in a warm, ethereal light, the reflections in the mirrors seem to dance with a life of their own. Why does the air feel so cold in the private chambers of the Queen? Some say the sun never sets on Versailles because the shadows are too afraid to move. What price was paid for this eternal golden dream? Suspended in the thin air between heaven and earth, this bridge serves as a fragile thread, sewing together two worlds that were once separated by an impassable void. How can something so slender hold back the chaos of the clouds? The Duge Bridge, also known as the Beipanjiang Bridge, is the highest in the world, soaring at a breathtaking 565 meters above the Beipan River. Connecting the provinces of Guizhou and Yunnan, this cable-stayed masterpiece was completed in 2016. Its construction required navigating extreme karst topography and fierce winds, using advanced geological mapping to anchor its towers into the treacherous limestone cliffs. Visually, the bridge is a geometric spiderweb of vibrant red cables, cutting through the heavy mountain fog like a pulse of energy. It looks like a delicate scar across the face of the planet, a reminder of humanity's relentless drive to bridge the unbridgeable. In the early morning, the valley is filled with a sea of clouds, leaving only the tops of the towers visible, as if the bridge were floating on a celestial ocean. There is a sacred stillness here, a feeling of being gort-washed by the wind and the altitude. To cross the Duge is to experience a moment of divine alignment, where the roar of the world fades into a whisper of eternity. In this vast vertical wilderness, are we the masters of the heights, or are we merely guests in a kingdom that belongs to the wind? Step back from the rotating steel and the churning water, for this mechanical titan moves with a cold, predatory precision that feels almost unnatural. The Falkirk Wheel is a singular feat of engineering, the world's only rotating boat lift, designed to reconnect the Forth and Clyde Canal with the Union Canal for the first time since the 1930s. Opened in 2002, this 35-meter-tall behemoth replaced a flight of 11 traditional locks, using a massive pair of synchronized arms to lift boats between levels in less than 4 minutes. Despite its colossal weight, the wheel is so perfectly balanced that it consumes only 1.5 kilowatt-hours of energy per turn, barely enough to boil 8 kettles of water. Visually, the structure is a haunting vision of industrial power, appearing like a futuristic double-headed axe or a giant Celtic spear spinning slowly through the gray Scottish sky. Its sharp, metallic curves slice through the air with a low, mechanical hum that vibrates in the chest of anyone standing too close. As the cold industrial light reflects off the steel basins, workers have reported hearing the distant, rhythmic clanking of ghost chains from the old canal locks that were buried nearby. Can you feel the crushing weight of the water as the iron groans in the dark? There is a warning whispered in the spray. The wheel never stops for the ghosts caught in its rotation. What forgotten history lies crushed beneath the weight of this spinning steel? In the delicate dance between two distant shores, a new horizon has been written in the language of suspension, light, and mathematical grace. The Shenzhen Link is an architectural marvel that pushes the boundaries of what is possible in maritime infrastructure. Connecting the hyper-modern city of Shenzhen to the historical hub of Zhongshan, this 24-kilometer link includes one of the world's largest suspension bridges and a massive 8-lane underwater tunnel. Opened in 2024, it was engineered to withstand the extreme environmental pressures of the Lingdingyang estuary, featuring a central suspension span that soars high above the water to allow the world's largest container ships to pass beneath. The bridge appears as a giant's harp, its steel cables played by the salty sea breeze to a tune of perpetual motion. At its heart lies an artificial island shaped like a traditional kite, a symbol of freedom and soaring potential anchored firmly in the seabed. As you transition from the soaring heights of the bridge into the silent pressurized depths of the tunnel, a sense of divine geometry washes over you. It is a place where the chaos of the world fades into a singular, focused path of light and shadow. Have we finally bridged the gap between the dream of a futuristic utopia and the gritty reality of today? To stand upon this link is to feel the pulse of a new era, where the spirit of innovation transcends the barriers of the physical world. Beware the descent into the abyss, for what begins as a soaring flight over the Baltic Sea ends in a dark, suffocating journey beneath the ocean floor. The Oresund Bridge is a dual-track railway and motorway link that connects Copenhagen and Malmö, a feat of engineering that bridges two nations. Completed in 2000, the structure spans 16 kilometers in total, beginning as a magnificent cable-stayed bridge with towers reaching 204 meters high. However, to allow air traffic from Copenhagen Airport and shipping vessels to pass, the bridge abruptly ends on the artificial island of Peberholm, plunging into the 4-kilometer Drogden Tunnel. This transition required dredging millions of cubic meters of seabed and navigating treacherous currents. The bridge resembles a skeletal white spear piercing the sky, only to be swallowed by the waves like a sinking ship. It looks like a highway to a lost world, where the steel and concrete are constantly battered by the icy, salt-laden winds of the north. There is a heavy, primal tension here, the feeling of the earth and sea fighting to reclaim the path. Tales from the tunnel speak of a submerged pressure that makes travelers hear the voices of the Vikings who once ruled these waters. Can you feel the weight of millions of tons of seawater pressing against the tunnel walls above your head? There is a warning in the sudden silence of the underground. The sea never forgets what was taken from it. What will you do if the light at the end of the tunnel never appears? How can stones laid by Mycenaean hands over 3,000 years ago still hold the weight of the modern world without a single drop of mortar or steel? The Arcadico Bridge, also known as the Kazarma Bridge, is a haunting anomaly of history located in the Argolis region. Built between 1300 and 1190 BC, it is one of the oldest functional bridges in existence. It was constructed using Cyclopean masonry, massive, irregular limestone boulders fitted together with such precision that they have survived millennia of earthquakes and wars. Originally designed to carry chariots between the ancient cities of Tiryns and Epidaurus, the bridge utilizes a primitive corbel arch, where each layer of stone slightly overlaps the one below until they meet at the peak. The bridge appears as a jagged gray outcropping of the earth itself, a pile of rocks that seems too chaotic to be a road, yet too deliberate to be natural. It looks like the fossilized spine of a titan buried in the Greek soil, its rough surfaces weathered by centuries of sun and wind. There is a heavy, primordial energy here, a sense of being in the presence of the builders of the mist. Local folklore suggests that only the one-eyed Cyclopes had the strength to move these stones, and their ancient, hungry gaze still lingers in the dark crevices between the boulders. Why do the stones feel like they are vibrating with a silent, ancient song? Is this bridge a path for men, or a monument to the giants who once ruled the world? Do not look down, and do not trust the wind, for you are suspended by a single thread of steel over a valley that has seen 1,000 years of silence. Sky Bridge 721 is the longest pedestrian suspension bridge in the world, a terrifyingly beautiful path through the clouds in Dolny Morava. Opened in 2022, it spans a staggering 721 meters across the Malinsky Stream Valley at a height of 95 meters above the ground. The bridge is only 1.2 meters wide, causing it to sway and vibrate with every step and every gust of mountain air. It was anchored into the solid rock of the Kraliki Snezhnik Mountains using heavy-duty cables and advanced dampening systems to prevent it from collapsing under its own immense weight. The bridge manifests as a silver spiderweb stretched between two peaks, a delicate and improbable line that seems to vanish into the mist. It looks like a tightrope for giants, a path where the earth falls away into a green and gray void. There is a raw, jagged energy here, a feeling of being completely exposed to the whims of nature. Legends of the mountain speak of the Wind King, who tests the courage of those who dare to cross his domain. Why does the steel groan like a living thing when you reach the center? Some say the bridge is a test of the soul, where only those with a pure heart can reach the other side without trembling. Will you face the abyss, or will the abyss find its way into you? Witness the sheer mathematical majesty of 26 million bricks, a monument to human labor that stands as a silent colossus over the Göltzsch Valley. This is not merely a bridge. It is a brick-and-mortar cathedral of the Industrial Revolution. Constructed between 1846 and 1851 as part of the railway line between Saxony and Bavaria, the Göltzsch Viaduct remains the largest brick bridge in the world. It stands 78 meters high and spans 574 meters, featuring 4 layers of 81 rhythmic arches. The decision to use brick was a matter of geological necessity, as the clay-rich soil of the region provided the perfect material for a project that required a staggering amount of uniform building units. Visually, the viaduct manifests as a massive golden brown honeycomb, a repetitive and hypnotic pattern of curves that seems to march across the green landscape with military precision. It looks like a giant's weaving, a delicate yet indestructible fabric of clay that defies the gravity of the valley. From the forest floor, the arches soar upward like the ribs of an ancient petrified beast, casting long geometric shadows that shift with the passing of the sun. There is a sense of immense quiet pride in the air, the Saxon spirit of craftsmanship frozen in time. As the evening light bathes the brickwork in a deep crimson, one feels the presence of the thousands of workers whose hands shaped every inch of this wall. Is this bridge a path for trains, or a permanent shadow cast by the ambition of the 19th century? Why would a bridge choose to grow rather than be built? And what ancient, slow-moving intelligence guides its tangled veins across the jungle abyss? In the saturated heart of Meghalaya, near the village of Nongriat, the living root bridges stand as a terrifyingly beautiful defiance of modern technology. These are not static structures, but biological entities, hand-woven by the Khasi tribes from the aerial roots of the Ficus elastica tree over generations. It takes 15 to 20 years for a single bridge to become functional, as the roots are guided through hollowed-out betel nut trunks until they take hold on the opposite bank. Over centuries, these roots thicken and strengthen, capable of supporting 50 people at once while thriving in the world's wettest climate. The bridge manifests as a living, breathing web of wooden veins, a grotesque yet magnificent extension of the forest's own nervous system. It looks like the roots of the world are twisting over a dark emerald chasm, pulsating with the raw energy of the earth. As dappled light filters through the thick canopy, the shimmering moisture on the roots gives them a serpent-like appearance, as if the bridge might constrict at any moment. The Khasi elders tell of forest spirits that inhabit the knots of the wood, demanding respect from all who pass. What happens if the tree decides to reclaim the path and pull the traveler into its green embrace? Is this a bridge of man, or a trap set by the ancient forest? There is a profound, echoing silence that lives where the graceful concrete arch meets the infinite, crashing blue of the Big Sur coast. Bixby Creek Bridge is one of the most photographed structures in the world, yet no image can capture the sheer feeling of liberation it offers. Built in 1932 as part of the legendary Highway 1, it stands 218 feet above the jagged canyon floor. The bridge's open spandrel arch design was chosen not just for its beauty, but for its structural efficiency in the face of the rugged, unstable cliffs. It was constructed using 45,000 bags of cement, all hauled up the steep slopes by hand and mule in a time when the California coast was still a wild, untamed frontier. Visually, the bridge is a pure white bow, held against the emerald green of the cliffs and the sapphire depth of the Pacific. It frames the horizon like a window into the soul of the earth, a delicate balance of human geometry and natural chaos. As the golden hour bathes the concrete in a warm, ethereal light, the world seems to stand still in a moment of absolute devotion to the beauty of the wild. There is a sense of being gort-washed by the salt spray and the wind, a spiritual cleansing that only the edge of the world can provide. Is this road merely a way to get from one place to another? Or is the bridge itself the destination? A path to the inner peace we all seek in the vastness of nature. Enter a realm where history is etched into the very bones of the earth, a place where stone and spirit have merged over the centuries. The Bastei Bridge is not merely a crossing. It is a gateway to the primordial heart of the Saxon Switzerland region. Originally built of wood in 1824 and later replaced by the current sandstone structure in 1851. This bridge spans the deep ravines of the Elbe Sandstone Mountains. It was designed to harmonize perfectly with the surrounding rock needles, which were formed over 1 million years ago by water erosion, creating a landscape that looks more like a Gothic cathedral than a mountain range. The bridge resembles the weathered fingers of a titan reaching out to grasp the clouds, its dark stone blending seamlessly with the jagged pinnacles that rise from the Elbe Valley. From its heights, the river below looks like a silver vein pulsing through the green flesh of the forest. There is a heavy, ancient energy here, a feeling of being watched by the spirits of the crags. As the golden hour bathes the sandstone in a warm, ethereal glow, a profound sense of absolute devotion to the natural world takes hold. Is this bridge a path for humans? Or was it built for the shadows that dance among the rocks when the moon is high? What ancient truths are buried beneath these stones, waiting for a traveler to listen? Step carefully into the glowing DNA of the city, for this spiral of steel and light feels like a biological experiment that has grown out of the very harbor of Marina Bay. The Helix Bridge is a pedestrian bridge that is as much a work of art as it is a functional crossing. Opened in 2010, its design is inspired by the double helix structure of human DNA, representing renewal and growth. The bridge is 280 meters long and is made of a special duplex stainless steel that allows it to support heavy loads with a very lightweight frame. It features 5 viewing platforms that offer panoramic views of the Singapore skyline, and its intricate canopy is made of fritted glass and perforated steel mesh to provide shade. The bridge manifests as a futuristic tube of interlocking silver rings, glowing with a vibrant purple and blue LED light that reflects off the dark water like a digital nebula. It looks like a gateway to a sci-fi utopia, a shimmering vessel that transports you through the heart of a hyper-modern metropolis. There is an electric, pulsating energy here, a sense of being part of a larger, living organism. When the C and G lights, representing the bases of DNA, flicker on, the bridge seems to breathe with the rhythm of the city. Do you feel the code of life vibrating beneath your feet? Some say the bridge is a map of our future, written in the language of light. What secrets of your own destiny will you discover in the spiral? Witness the arrogance of a civilization that decided to rearrange the very floor of the ocean to build a golden kingdom of sand and luxury. The Palm Jumeirah in Dubai is the world's largest man-made island, a colossal reclamation project that added 520 kilometers of coastline to the city. Constructed between 2001 and 2006, it utilized 94 million cubic meters of sand and 7 million tons of rock, all placed using high-precision GPS and rainbowing techniques. The island is shaped like a palm tree, consisting of a trunk, 17 fronds, and an 11-kilometer crescent breakwater that protects it from the waves of the Persian Gulf. It is an engineering marvel of sheer scale, built entirely from natural materials without the use of steel or concrete for the island's base. The island manifests as a giant golden tree growing out of the sapphire sea, a symmetrical dream of sand and light that can be seen from space. It looks like a desert mirage that has been solidified by the will of a king, a paradise where the houses sit on the water like precious gems. There is a sterile, high-frequency energy here, a sense of being in a sanctuary that is both magnificent and deeply fragile. As the sun sets over the Atlantis resort, the water in the fronds becomes perfectly still, reflecting the neon sky like a digital mirror. But beware the shifting sand beneath the surface. Some say the sea is only waiting for the moment to reclaim its territory. How long can a dream of sand hold back the weight of the deep? Do not trust the shimmering sand, for the tide here moves with the speed of a galloping horse and the hunger of an ancient watery grave. Mont Saint-Michel is a tidal island and abbey in Normandy that has stood as a fortress of God since the 8th century. The granite sanctuary is crowned by a soaring Gothic abbey dedicated to Saint Michael the Archangel, rising 80 meters above the bay. For centuries, pilgrims risked their lives crossing the treacherous quicksand and rapidly rising waters to reach the mount. The engineering of the abbey is a miracle of medieval architecture, built upon a series of overlapping crypts that support the immense weight of the stone spires on a narrow, rocky outcrop. The island manifests as a floating mirage of stone and shadow, a jagged needle of faith piercing the gray Atlantic sky. It looks like a ship of stone anchored in a sea of shifting silt, its narrow, winding streets smelling of salt and ancient incense. There is a heavy, sacred energy here, a sense of being protected by the warrior of the clouds. When the tide rushes in to surround the mount, the world falls away, leaving only the sound of the wind and the ghosts of the monks. Tales from the village speak of tidal spirits that guide the faithful but swallow the arrogant. Can you hear the phantom bells ringing beneath the waves? Is this a fortress for the soul, or a trap set by the sea to catch the unwary? Step softly into the emerald mirror of the forest, where a jagged stone circle completes itself in the water to create a portal to the infinite. The Rakottsbrücke, or Devil's Bridge, is hidden within the rhododendron park of Kromlau, a masterpiece of landscape art commissioned in 1860. The bridge was built from rough-hewn basalt columns, transported from distant quarries to create a structure that looks entirely organic. Its most famous feature is its perfect semicircle, which, when reflected in the still waters of the Rakottsee, forms a flawless stone ring. The bridge was never intended for transit. It was designed purely as an aesthetic ornament, a focal point for a dreamlike, romantic garden. The bridge appears as a thin, precarious arc of dark stone, guarded by clusters of jagged basalt spires that look like the teeth of the earth. It looks like a doorway to a fairy realm, where the laws of physics are replaced by the logic of reflection and shadow. There is a deep, poetic melancholy here, a feeling of being caught between two worlds that only meet on the surface of the water. Local legends whisper that the architect called upon the devil to achieve the impossible geometry, and the first soul to cross the bridge would be taken as payment. Do you see the figure standing in the reflection when the water is perfectly still? This is not a bridge for the body, but a gateway for the soul. Are you brave enough to step through the mirror. Nestled within the ethereal mists of the Truong-Sun Mountains, this architectural marvel serves as a bridge between the terrestrial world and the realm of the divine. The Golden Bridge, located in the Ba Na Hills Resort near Da Nang, was inaugurated in 2018 as a centerpiece of high-altitude tourism. Suspended at 413 meters above sea level, the 150-meter-long pedestrian walkway is supported by two colossal, weathered hands that appear to be emerging from the cliffside. These hands, meticulously crafted from fiberglass and wire mesh to resemble aged stone, were designed to create the illusion of a deity lifting a thread of gold toward the heavens. The project utilized advanced structural engineering to ensure stability against the high mountain winds and heavy seasonal rains of central Vietnam. The bridge manifests as a delicate silk ribbon of shimmering gold held aloft by the mossy palms of a titan. It looks like a celestial path dropped by the gods, a golden line that cuts through the white shroud of the mountain fog. There is a sense of immense peaceful devotion here, a spiritual cleansing that comes from walking within the grip of the mountain itself. As the twilight purple settles over the valley, the golden railing glows with a soft, hallowed light that feels like a blessing from the earth. Local pride in this hand of God is profound, seeing it as a symbol of Vietnam's rising spirit. Have you ever felt the touch of the divine? Or are you simply walking across the palm of a dream? Why did the Romans build a mountain of golden stone just to carry a tiny, invisible thread of water across a valley of shadows? The Pont du Gard is a staggering testament to the obsession with Roman order, a massive aqueduct bridge built in the 1st century AD to supply the city of Nimes. Standing 49 meters high with 3 tiers of arches, it was constructed from 50,000 tons of shelly limestone, with some blocks weighing up to 6 tons. Incredibly, the entire 50-kilometer aqueduct drops only 17 meters in height over its entire length, a feat of mathematical precision that allowed water to flow solely by the power of gravity. It was built without mortar, the stones held together by friction and the sheer weight of the empire's ambition. The structure manifests as a triple-layered wall of light, its golden arches glowing with a fierce, ancient pride against the emerald green of the Garden River. It looks like a staircase for the gods, a massive geometric scar across the face of the French countryside. There is a heavy, stoic silence that hangs over the limestone, a feeling of being crushed by the weight of time. Legends tell of a Devil's Bridge bargain, where the architect traded his soul for the completion of the top tier. Do Do you hear the phantom rushing of water in the dry channels at the summit? Some say the Roman ghosts still patrol the upper arches, ensuring the water reaches a city that has long since changed. What price is still being paid for this eternal flow? Watch in solemn silence as the earth holds its breath, while four towering white sentinels lift the very road toward the heavens to let the ocean pass. The Chaban-Delmas Bridge in Bordeaux is a modern marvel of grace and power, the tallest vertical lift bridge in Europe. Opened in 2013, it stands as a gateway to the Garonne River, featuring four massive pylons that soar 77 meters high. When a cruise ship or a tall-masted vessel approaches, a central 110-meter span, weighing over 2,600 tons, is lifted vertically toward the clouds in a slow, majestic ascent. This engineering feat allows the city's historic waterfront to remain accessible to modern maritime giants, while preserving the elegant skyline of the Port of the Moon. The bridge resembles a celestial altar of white steel and glass, its pylons glowing with a soft, shifting LED light that reflects the mood of the tide. It is a vision of absolute purity and architectural devotion, where the hard edges of industry are softened by the poetic motion of the lift. As the span rises, the air around the bridge seems to grow still, as if the river itself is paying homage to the height. There is a profound sense of spiritual alignment here, a feeling of being gort-washed by the vastness of the Atlantic sky. To stand beneath the rising bridge is to experience a moment of divine levitation, where the weight of the world is momentarily forgotten. Has your spirit ever reached for the stars? Or are you waiting for the road to lift you there? Witness the pinnacle of human audacity, where gravity seems like a mere suggestion, and the horizon bends to the will of steel and concrete. This is not just a transit route. It is a monumental testament to engineering prowess that challenges the very limits of perception. Spanning approximately 1.7 kilometers across Lake Nakaomi, the Ishima-Ohashi Bridge connects Matsue in Shimane Prefecture to Sakai Minato in Tottori Prefecture. Constructed between 1997 and 2004, it stands as the largest rigid-frame bridge in Japan and the third largest in the world. The bridge reaches a staggering height of 44.7 meters, meticulously designed with a steep 6.1% gradient on one side and 5.1% on the other, allowing massive cargo ships to pass beneath its belly. From a distance, the structure loses its identity as a road and transforms into a concrete highway to the heavens, appearing as a vertical wall that drivers must scale like mountain climbers. Its gray, sweeping curves mimic the silhouette of a frozen tidal wave, a jagged peak of modernity rising from the calm waters. As the sun sets, casting long, epic shadows across the asphalt, one cannot help but reflect on the eternal struggle between human ambition and the laws of physics. It stands as a silent sentinel of progress, a bridge between the earth and the sky. If we can build paths that touch the clouds, is there any boundary left that we cannot cross? Or are we merely tiny travelers on a road that leads to a future we cannot yet comprehend? Why does the earth itself seem to reach out from the misty depths of the mountain to cradle a thread of shimmering gold? This is the haunting question that strikes every traveler who sets foot on the Golden Bridge in Bana Hills, Da Nang, suspended at a dizzying altitude of 1,414 meters above sea level. This 150-meter-long architectural masterpiece was unveiled in 2018 as part of a multi-billion-dollar transformation of the region. Designed by TA Landscape Architecture, the bridge is supported by two gargantuan, weathered hands that appear to be emerging from the cliffside. Though they look like ancient stone carvings from a forgotten era, they are actually constructed from fiberglass and wire mesh, meticulously aged to mimic the mossy textures of the primordial forest. Visually, the structure appears as a delicate silk ribbon of gold being offered to the heavens by the hands of a mountain deity. The contrast between the sleek metallic walkway and the rough colossal palms creates a surreal tension that defies logic. As the sun begins to set, the golden railings catch the final rays of light, casting long, distorted shadows that dance across the palms. Locals whisper that when the fog rolls in, thick and white, the hands seem to move, tightening their grip on the path to keep it from floating away into the abyss. Do not look back when the mist swallows the trail behind you, for the spirits of the Truong Sun Mountains are said to watch over this celestial gift. What price must be paid to walk upon the palms of a god? Stay alert and keep your windows rolled up. For here, the very laws of nature seem to have been inverted by a silent, watery hand. This is a place where the heavy pressure of the lake looms directly above your head, a terrifying thought for those who fear the crushing weight of the deep. Located in the province of Flevoland, the Veluwemeer Aqueduct is a stunning 25-meter-long navigable water bridge that opened in 2002. While cars traverse the N302 highway below, a 3-meter-deep canal flows perpendicularly above them, allowing small boats and yachts to pass seamlessly between the Veluwemeer and Voldewide lakes. This engineering choice was a deliberate alternative to traditional drawbridges or tunnels, designed to keep both road and water traffic moving without a second of delay. Visually, the structure appears as a glitch in reality, a sudden, sharp parting of the sea where the asphalt seems to dive into a watery abyss, only to emerge unscathed on the other side. From the air, it looks like a blue blade cutting through the road, or a magic trick where the water is held back by invisible, divine walls. As you drive through the underpass, the light dims, and the air grows cold with the damp breath of the lake. Locals whisper of the lowland spirits that gather in the shadows of the aqueduct, watching the cars from behind the concrete barriers. Beware the sound of water dripping against your roof. Some say the lake is always looking for a way to reclaim the land. What happens if the concrete finally tires of holding back the tide? Beware the scarlet steel that spans the Firth of Forth, for it was forged in an age when every single rivet was paid for in the blood of those who dared to build it. The Forth Bridge is a dark, Gothic machine of iron, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that has stood since 1890. It is a cantilever railway bridge, a revolutionary design created after the catastrophic collapse of the nearby Tay Bridge. Using 53,000 tons of steel and 6.5 million rivets, it was the first major structure in the UK to be built entirely of steel. The construction was so perilous that 73 workers lost their lives, their spirits said to be woven into the very foundations of the massive granite piers. Visually, the bridge manifests as a row of 3 red, skeletal giants crouching over the dark Scottish water, their iron limbs interlocking in a display of brutal strength. It looks like a prehistoric beast frozen in mid-stride, its deep red paint glowing like dried blood under the overcast sky. There is a sense of immense, rhythmic power here, but also a lingering sorrow that vibrates through the rails when a train passes. Legends tell of phantom workers who can be seen climbing the girders when the fog is thick and the world goes silent. Can you feel the vibration of the phantom trains that cross the bridge at midnight? The scarlet steel never forgets the hands that shaped it, nor the lives it took to stay standing. Do not trust the calm, glassy surface of the water beneath your boat, for you are sailing 90 feet above the dry ground of the Elbe River on a bridge made of water. The Magdeburg Water Bridge is a surreal defiance of logic, the longest navigable aqueduct in the world. Completed in 2003, after nearly a century of planning and delay, This 918-meter-long structure allows large commercial ships to pass between the Elbe-Havel Canal and the Mittelland Canal without descending into the river below. It was constructed using 24,000 tons of steel and 68,000 cubic meters of concrete, a massive water bridge that carries a depth of 4.25 meters of water across its entire length. Visually, the bridge looks like a giant steel bathtub suspended in midair, a river that unnaturally crosses over another river. It is a glitch in the landscape, where the blue of the canal seems to float above the green of the valley. As you walk the pedestrian paths alongside the channel, the dark reflections in the water seem to move with a life of their own. Tales of the drowned rivermen haunt the underpass below, a spirit said to be trapped between the two levels of water. Can you feel the immense, crushing pressure of the canal pushing against the steel walls, waiting for a single crack to open? There is a warning whispered in the ripples. The water above is never at peace with the river below. Why does this bridge fold and loop upon itself like a piece of red silk tangled by the wind, leading travelers on a journey that seems to have no clear path? The Lucky Knot Bridge in Changsha is an architectural riddle inspired by the ancient Chinese art of knotting and the Mobius strip. Completed in 2016 by Next Architects, the bridge spans 185 meters and rises 24 meters above the Dragon King Harbor River. It consists of 3 distinct walkways that weave over and under each other, connecting 2 parks at different heights. The red color was chosen specifically because it symbolizes good luck and happiness in Chinese culture. But the complexity of the design reflects the interconnectedness of life and the infinite nature of the universe. The bridge resembles a giant crimson dragon's heart beating against the green landscape, its undulating curves creating a surreal, 3-dimensional maze. It looks like a sculpture that has been stretched and twisted until it became a path. As you climb the various levels, the view changes constantly, making you feel as though you are walking through a dream where the destination is always shifting. There is a playful yet profound spirit here, a feeling of being lost in a beautiful lucky knot. Local legends say that if you find the highest point of the bridge and make a wish, the red steel will hold it forever. Have you found the path to your own luck? Or are you just wandering in circles? Why does the heart of London pulse through a Victorian giant that splits its own body in two just to let the world pass by? This is the central mystery of Tower Bridge, an iconic sentinel that has defined the Thames skyline since its completion in 1894. Designed by Sir Horace Jones, it is a sophisticated hybrid of a bascule and a suspension bridge, built with over 11,000 tons of steel, cloaked in ornate Cornish granite and Portland stone to harmonize with the nearby Tower of London. The bridge's massive bascules, weighing over 1,000 tons each, were originally powered by massive steam-driven hydraulic accumulators, a mechanical marvel that could raise the road in just 1 minute. It was the most advanced bridge of its time, a gateway that facilitated both the frantic land traffic of the city and the vital maritime commerce of the British Empire. Visually, the structure appears as a neo-Gothic cathedral rising from the water, its two great towers connected by high-level glass walkways that offer a terrifying view of the river below. The vibrant blue suspension chains contrast sharply against the gray stone, looking like the veins of an industrial god. Within the engine rooms, the heavy rhythmic thumping of the old machinery feels like a heartbeat, and rumors persist of the phantom bus that was forced to leap the gap during a botched opening in 1952. Beware the cold drafts in the upper walkways. Some say the bridge never sleeps, forever watching the dark currents for a secret that London has long forgotten. Why does the stone feel so warm even in the dead of winter? Witness the epic vertical conquest of the sky, where a glass needle pierces the ancient heart of sandstone pillars to touch the very throne of heaven. The Bailong Elevator, or 100 Dragons Elevator, is a terrifyingly grand achievement built into the side of a massive cliff in Zhangjiajie National Forest Park. Completed in 2002, it is the world's tallest outdoor elevator, soaring 326 meters up the vertical face of a quartz sandstone pillar. The structure consists of 3 double-deck glass elevators that can transport 50 people at a time in a dizzying 88-second journey. Its construction was a controversial and heroic feat of engineering, requiring the drilling of shafts into the ancient rock while preserving the delicate ecosystem of the Avatar Mountains. Visually, the elevator manifests as an iron dragon clinging to the cliffside, a silver streak of modernity against the prehistoric green of the forest. As you rise, the earth falls away with a speed that makes the heart falter, revealing a vast forest of thousands of jagged stone peaks that look like the teeth of the world. There is a profound philosophical weight here, a realization of human insignificance against the crushing scale of nature. We have built a ladder to the gods, but in doing so, we have only revealed how small we truly are. As the glass cabinet reaches the summit, a sense of total cosmic surrender washes over you. Have we conquered the mountain, or has the mountain simply allowed us to see its true face? What will you do with the perspective of a god once you return to the earth? great bell does not toll merely to mark the passing of the hour, but to keep a rhythmic, ancient watch over the secrets buried deep within the London fog. Big Ben, officially the Elizabeth Tower, is the most famous timekeeper in the world, a neo-Gothic masterpiece completed in 1859. Standing 96 meters tall, the tower houses a 13.7-ton bell that vibrates with a frequency that can be felt in the very marrow of the city. The clock mechanism itself is a marvel of Victorian gravity-driven engineering, utilizing a pendulum that is adjusted by adding or removing old penny coins. For over 160 years, it has survived the blitz of World War II and the relentless erosion of time, remaining the definitive symbol of British endurance. The tower manifests as a golden cage of stone and light, its 4 clock faces glowing like the eyes of a celestial judge over the Houses of Parliament. It looks like a vertical fortress of time, a rigid and unyielding pillar against the chaotic swirl of modern life. There is a profound, hallowed weight to each chime, a spiritual resonance that calls the soul to attention. As the golden hour bathes the ornate carvings, a sense of eternal, rhythmic order washes over the crowds below. But why does the air grow so cold when the clock strikes 12? Some say the bell echoes for those who have been lost in the river of time. Are you moving toward the future, or is the clock merely counting down the moments until the past returns? Can a building read your thoughts before you even step through its silver eye? Or is it simply a mirror reflecting a tomorrow we are not yet ready to face? The Museum of the Future in Dubai is an architectural paradox, a living structure that challenges every law of conventional design. Opened in 2022, the torus-shaped building stands 77 meters tall. Its facade made of 1,024 stainless steel panels manufactured by robots. The exterior is covered in intricate Arabic calligraphy, quotes from Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum about the future, which also serve as the building's windows. Inside, the museum utilizes advanced AI and immersive technology to transport visitors into a world 50 years from now, exploring the boundaries of space, biology, and spirituality. The structure resembles a massive silver eye or a liquid metal ring dropped into the heart of the desert metropolis. It looks like a glitch in the present, a shimmering portal that seems to vibrate with the energy of a billion digital dreams. There is a sterile, high-frequency energy here, a sense of being caught in the gaze of a technological deity. As the sun reflects off the calligraphy, the building appears to be written into the very fabric of the sky. Within its hollow center, the air feels thin and charged with the electricity of the unknown. Is this a sanctuary for human progress, or a tomb for the world we are leaving behind? What happens to the soul when the future becomes the only reality we know? Why did we build a copper-colored staircase that leads nowhere but back to our own fractured reflections in a maze of steel and glass? The vessel at Hudson Yards is an architectural enigma, a 46-meter-tall honeycomb of 154 interconnecting flights of stairs. Completed in 2019 by Heatherwick Studio, it consists of nearly 2,500 individual steps and 80 landings, designed to be a public landmark where people can climb and explore the urban horizon. The structure is clad in copper-colored stainless steel, creating a warm, metallic glow that stands in stark contrast to the surrounding skyscrapers of New York City's West Side. It was intended to be a social climbing experience, but it quickly became a symbol of something far more complex and haunting. The structure resembles a giant, polished ribcage of a technological beast, or a copper vortex that pulls the eye upward into a spiral of nothingness. It looks like a three-dimensional labyrinth where every path leads to a viewpoint, but no path leads to a destination. There is a frantic, hollow energy that inhabits the stairs, a sense of being trapped within a monument to vanity and verticality. As the sun hits the copper plates, the internal reflections create a disorienting hall of mirrors that seems to swallow the identity of the climber. Locals whisper of the silent watchers who stand at the highest landings, looking for a way out of the maze. Are you climbing toward a higher perspective, or are you just lost in the gears of a machine that has no soul? Why does this forest of the future glow with the eerie neon light of a dying star? And what synthetic intelligence breathes within its plastic leaves? Gardens by the Bay is a 101-hectare surrealist landscape that redefines the relationship between nature and technology. Its most iconic features are these super trees, vertical gardens reaching up to 50 meters in height that act as environmental engines, harvesting solar energy and venting heat from the nearby conservatories. The Cloud Forest Dome houses a 35-meter-tall indoor mountain and waterfall, shrouded in a mist of recycled water. It is a masterpiece of sustainable engineering, a city in a garden that uses biological processes to power a hyper-modern metropolis. The gardens manifest as an alien ecosystem of bioluminescent palms and giant metallic flowers, a vision of a world where nature has been replaced by a perfect, glowing replica. It looks like a digital paradise from a science fiction dream, where the air is filtered by machines and the shadows are programmed by code. There is a pulsating electric spirit here, a feeling of being in a sanctuary that is both beautiful and deeply artificial. As the Garden Rhapsody light show begins, the trees seem to communicate in a language of color and sound. Do you feel the vibration of the artificial roots beneath your feet? Is this the future of our planet, or the ghost of a nature we have already destroyed? What secrets are hidden in the synthetic mist of the forest? Can 9,999 rooms hold the weight of 2 dynasties without a single ghost ever finding the way to the exit? The Forbidden City in Beijing is a massive, walled labyrinth that served as the imperial palace for 24 emperors of the Ming and Qing dynasties. Completed in 1420, this 720,000 square meter complex is the world's largest palatial structure, constructed from rare Phoebe Genin wood and blocks of quarried limestone. Every architectural detail, from the yellow roof tiles to the layout of the halls, was designed according to the principles of feng shui and the heavenly mandate, reflecting the absolute power of the Son of Heaven. The complex is surrounded by a 52-meter-wide moat and a 10-meter-high wall, creating a world within a world where outsiders were forbidden upon pain of death. The palace manifests as a sea of golden rooftops and crimson walls, a rigid and rhythmic maze of stone that seems to vibrate with the memory of a million secrets. It looks like a petrified forest of history, where the shadows of the eunuchs and concubines still linger in the narrow alleyways. There is a heavy, sacred silence that hangs over the Meridian Gate, a feeling of being judged by the ancestors. As the evening sun bathes the marble bridges in a bloody red glow, a sense of profound, ancient authority washes over the soul. Why does the air feel so still within the inner court? Some say the Forbidden City is not just a palace, but a trap for the spirits of an empire that refused to die. Do not trust your footing, and do not let the mountain wind whisper your name, for you are standing on a steel thread above an 800-meter abyss. The first cliff walk by Tissot, located in the Grindelwald First region of the Swiss Alps, is a terrifyingly beautiful walkway that clings to the sheer face of a mountain peak at an altitude of 2,168 meters. The structure consists of a narrow metal bridge and a 40-meter-long single-cable suspension section that leads to a glass-floored observation platform. Built to withstand the extreme alpine weather, the walkway is anchored into the solid rock with massive steel bolts, offering a 360-degree view of the Eiger, Munch, and Jungfrau massifs. The walkway manifests as a silver spiderweb stretched across the gray skin of the mountain, its metallic floor vibrating with every step and every gust of icy air. It looks like a path for the brave or the foolish, a fragile line of steel that seems to vanish into the white clouds of the Bernese Oberland. There is a raw, jagged energy here, a feeling of being completely exposed to the predatory power of the heights. Legends of the peaks speak of the ice kings who guard the summit, watching those who dare to cross their domain. Why does the abyss feel like it is pulling at your chest? Some say the mountains demand a tribute of fear from everyone who walks this path. Will you face the void, or will the silence of the Alps swallow your courage? What ancient stony eyes have watched the river flow for 12 centuries? And does the Titan wait for the water to finally reach his feet before he wakes? The Leshan giant Buddha is a staggering monument to patience and devotion, carved directly into a cliff of Lingyun Mountain in the 8th century. Standing 71 meters tall, it is the largest and tallest stone Buddha statue in the world. The construction was led by a monk named Hai Tong, who hoped the Buddha's presence would calm the turbulent waters that plagued shipping vessels. The statue features an ingenious internal drainage system, hidden channels and holes carved into the hair, collar, and chest, which has protected the sandstone from erosion for over 200 years. The Buddha manifests as a massive red sandstone titan, sitting in a state of eternal meditation, his shoulders wide enough to be a playground, and his fingernails larger than a human's. He looks like the earth itself has taken human form to watch over the junction of the Min, Dadu, and Qingyi rivers. There is a deep, grounding spirit here, a feeling of being in the presence of a mountain that can hear your thoughts. As the incense smoke rises from the riverbank, a sense of absolute hallowed peace washes over the crowds. It is said that when the Buddha's heart is calm, the river is calm. Do you feel the rhythmic heartbeat of the stone beneath your feet? In the presence of such a giant, does your own life feel like a single drop in the eternal river? Step into a living tapestry of stone where the rhythmic silence of the Loire Valley speaks of ancient kings and the very end of the world. This is not merely a fortress, it is a poetic sanctuary where the harshness of war meets the delicacy of medieval art. Built in the 13th century by Saint Louis, the Château d'Angers is a formidable bastion featuring 17 massive towers constructed from alternating layers of dark schist and white limestone. These striped titans, once towering much higher, encircle a complex that houses the world-famous Apocalypse Tapestry, a 140-meter-long masterpiece of woven wool that depicts the end of days with haunting spiritual detail. The engineering of the castle, with its dry moats and sheer walls, was designed to be an impregnable shield for the Dukes of Anjou. Yet today, it serves as a cradle for some of humanity's most sublime artistic treasures. The castle resembles a row of giant black and white chess pieces standing guard over a secret garden of medicinal herbs and hanging vines. Its dark, weathered towers look like the petrified trunks of an iron forest, casting long geometric shadows across the manicured lawns within. There is a profound, meditative stillness here, a sense of being gort-washed by the weight of centuries. As the soft light of the French countryside filters through the arrow slits, the air feels heavy with the incense of history and the silent prayers of the weavers. Have you ever felt the breath of the past brushing against your skin? Or are we merely temporary threads in a tapestry that has already been finished? To walk here is to surrender your physical weight to the mountain wind and become a fragile bridge between two heartbeats of the earth. Sky Bridge 721 is the ultimate expression of structural transcendence, a path that invites the soul to leave the safety of the ground and enter the kingdom of the air. Spanning 721 meters across the Mlinsky Stream Valley, this is the longest pedestrian suspension bridge on the planet. Opened in 2022, it connects two mountain ridges at a height of 95 meters, using 6 main suspension cables and 60 wind cables to maintain its precarious balance. The engineering is a masterpiece of tension and grace, designed to sway just enough to remind the traveler of the immense living power of the atmosphere. The bridge manifests as a silver spiderweb shimmering in the alpine sun, an improbable line of light that seems to stitch the clouds to the forest. It looks like a tightrope for dreamers, a delicate metallic vein vibrating with the energy of the Kraliki Snezhnik Mountains. There is a profound, airy spirit here, a feeling of being gort-washed by the pure, freezing wind of the heights. As you stand in the center, the world below disappears into a blur of green and gray, leaving only the sensation of absolute hallowed freedom. Is your spirit light enough to reach the other side without looking back? Or is the bridge a mirror reflecting your own fear of the infinite? Have you finally found the path to the stars? Or are you just floating in the blue? Look up to the roof of the world, where the red and white walls of the Potala stand as the ultimate epic fortress of the human spirit against the relentless tides of time. This is the final horizon, a celestial city built upon the red hill of Lhasa at an altitude of 3,700 meters. The current palace, begun in 1645 by the 5th Dalai Lama, is a vertical labyrinth of 13 stories, containing over 1,000 rooms, 10,000 shrines, and 200,000 statues. Constructed from rammed earth, stone, and massive wooden beams, it serves as the winter palace and the sacred tomb for generations of Tibetan leaders. The white palace symbolizes the secular and the red palace the religious, together forming a structural prayer that can be seen for miles across the high-altitude plateau. The palace manifests as a holy mountain made of stone and gold, rising from the earth like a jagged sacred peak that touches the very throat of the cosmos. Its sloping walls and rhythmic windows look like the heartbeat of a civilization frozen in a state of eternal meditation. There is an immense, crushing grandeur here, a realization of the tiny, fleeting nature of a single human life when compared to the endurance of faith. As the thin Himalayan air carries the scent of yak butter lamps and ancient mantras, one is forced to ask, what remains of us when the years turn to dust? In the presence of such a titan, the ego dissolves into the vast, blue silence of Tibet. Are we building monuments to the gods? Or are we simply trying to leave a shadow that time cannot erase?